Hello, leaders, and welcome to the weekend edition of Run to Your Challenges. The weekend edition focuses on leadership challenges that occur both on and off the job. So, do you know what it's like to sit through a boring meeting? Well, this past week, we've talked about employee engagement and how leaders can make a few small adjustments to boost engagement. Today's no different, but we're going to talk about getting your team members to engage at meetings. And since it's the weekend edition, we'll discuss a few ways to make your meal times a bit more interactive with your kids. Okay, so one thing I found that works great to liven up a meeting is to take it outside the office or the standard boardroom. Have a lunchtime meeting at a local place or just go outside your office and tell everyone to brown bag it. And that's bring your own lunch. Or if you have remote team members, maybe take a road trip and pick a centralized restaurant for everybody to eat at. Getting out of the routine automatically has a way to get people to engage. Another great way to get engagement during meetings is to schedule an off-site retreat of some kind. Now, 2 to 3 days is optimal, but even a single day or an afternoon out of the office can be a huge difference maker. Now be sure to have some type of fun team building events built in when you have your off-site retreat, and have lots of fun. Interactive team activities, icebreakers, stuff like that. Get your people laughing. If you need specific ideas on how to make your team laugh, feel free to give me a shout. I have tons of ideas. And speaking of offsites, if you can include family members somehow, all the better. People will be more engaged and present at the event if their families can be involved some way. Another way to get your team members engaged is to be involved with community events and include updates and activities in your meetings. Have your team members run with this. Let them run the show and use it as a way to instill pride, not only in your company, but in the local communities. Again, if you have remote team members, you can always meet in the middle some way or travel to a few different communities. Okay, I said I would include a couple of tips to get your kids more involved during meal times. So here's a few things that we do at the dinner table at the Grau House, and we have 5 kids. First, we play a game called High-Low. I think that's like one of our favorites. And basically we take turns telling our highs and lows for the day. You know, it's amazing how even our smallest children really enjoy this, and it gives everyone so much insight into how each other's day was. Another way to get everyone more engaged at the dinner table is to have a no phone policy at the dinner table. Now, you can figure that one out, but make sure you are leading the way. Another fun way is we all take turns saying the blessing. And just this past week, our 4-year-old son said the blessing for the very first time. And man, you talk about melting all of us at the dinner table. It was really cool. Finally, one of my favorite things is grilling hot dogs or burgers over an open fire. Now, if you can't have an open fire, just eat outside somewhere. Find a local park or something. Make it a real event. Have fun with it and see how your kids just engage. Hey, the point is, whether we're at work or at home, typical meetings and dinners can become dull and boring if we don't mix them up a little bit. Have fun and think of different ways to spice up your meetings to get your team and or families more engaged. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this week's challenge of engaging employees. Be sure to join us on Monday as we start a brand new challenge. We'll be talking all week about the leadership challenge of leading older people. And by the way, I spent 26 years in the Air Force being led by younger people, so I can definitely relate to this topic from the older standpoint. As always, I greatly appreciate you listening. Have a great rest of your weekend, and until Monday, run to your challenges.